What is your life? Where do you go after death? You never go to hell and heaven. Don't listen to these stupid ideas of the priests. No. Don't. You see, religions are not meant to create fears in your mind and heart. Religions are meant to give freedom. This is the control that they impose on you. Where do you go after death, tell me? You live here in your habit patterns. After death, you remain in habit patterns. You have certain habits. Those habits lead your individual soul and remain in habit patterns. You don't go anywhere. Forget it that death has power to release you from your habit patterns. That's impossibility. Whatever habits you form. What are your habits? What do you mean by habits? How your habits are made? When you do something repeatedly, then you are creating mental groove. It's not only physical action. If it is limited to only physical action, I have done experiments in my life. All experiments. You see, from the very beginning I was trained to make experiment myself. Christ was enlightened, nobody disbelieves. Buddha was enlightened, Buddhists do not disagree. Krishna was enlightened. Are we enlightened? No. Why? Because he realized for himself. Bible is not untrue. No Bible lies. But how are these great Bibles and these great sages and these great avataras are helping us? They are not. Because we have not accepted them as example and we do not follow them in exemplary way. You see, if my neighbor dies, I don't feel the pain of death. For moksha and liberation, I have to go myself. You have to light thy own lamp. Nobody will give you salvation. Therefore, remember it. We all individuals who are awakened have responsibility to enlighten ourselves. I am talking of enlightenment. And don't say you cannot do it. You have that spark. You are fully equipped. Simply you need to discipline yourself. And discipline is not a sort of jail. You see, it's practice. But once you have nirodha, you have done nirodha, you have learnt how to control that wandering mind and direct it consciously. That nirodha means, not suppressing. Then what happens? You do not remain ordinary person. You become a seer. So far you are not. You have not disciplined yourself, you are not seer. Then you become aspirant and try to commit, and then you become seer. What seer does? Sees things as they are, never gets involved. Tada drashtu swarupe avasthanam drashtu. Because he is not identifying himself with the objects of his mind. He is not being tossed by the external stimuli, by the charms and temptations of the world. You see, nothing is affecting him. That is why he sees. He is witnessing things. Nothing can disturb him. He is not disturbed. You see, if neighbor dies, he will go to the neighbor and cry for it. Because neighbor is crying and wants some sympathy from you. Such a sage will never mock at the neighbor and laugh there. No, he will also cry. He'll show his sympathy. But inside he's not affected because he knows what death means to him. Death is in a height of the growth. It's called death. Something has fully grown means death. How could it be bad thing? How could it be so painful? Death is never painful. It comes to everyone. To weak, to powerful, to emotional, to fearless and fearful. death is not something. If death is not fearful, then what fear do you have? Fear of dying means what? Fear of leaving what you have. Fear of not getting what you want to. These two fears are bad. You should learn to resolve these fears here. Because after death, you don't go to hell and heaven, you remain in the patterns, in your own habit patterns. Don't listen to the story, you go to hell and heaven and somebody described. Did you meet any priest in the world who has gone to hell and heaven? I'll tell you a story. Have you heard about a great atheist, a scientist in the West? What was his name? Tell me. Come on. Huh? No. Even bigger than that. Huh? Einstein believed in God. Don't say that. Yes, there are others. So one of the priests knew meditation and he wanted to see what happened to them after death because they did not believe in God. And the priest said, anyone who does not believe in God, does not remember God, goes to hell. So this priest in meditation went to the hell. So here on the gate, on the door of the hell, he stands. So he said, sir, he said, you mortal, you are not supposed to be here, your name is not in the list. How come are you here? He said, I want to know the Darwin, Russell, these people, those who did not believe in God, I want to know their condition. He said, did you go to the heaven? He said, yes. I visited heaven and there is no name there like that. But you are mortal, I am not going to reveal whether they are here or not. He said, look here, I am a priest, I have responsibility, I have to inform my people in church, so please help. He said, come in. So here he found in the hell, the garden was most beautiful, better than the heaven. He was shocked and surprised. He said, if it is a hell, I prefer to be here. You see. There he found few people walking, strolling in the garden. He said, who are those? He said, Russell and other people who never believed in God. So he went to them. He said, how come? This hell is so beautiful. He said, when we came here, it was hell all right. But we converted this hell into heaven with our sincere efforts. We all can do the same thing. Every home is hell if you do not make effort to make it heaven. Heaven is created by you, human being, if you make sincere effort. Heaven is a joy that you can create, emanate through your action, mind and speech. This is my point. Don't aspire to go to heaven after death. Establish that heaven here and now. This will happen when you learn to understand various aspects of your chitta and discipline yourself. You see. Then you become a seer. You are not simple confused person identifying yourself. You become seer. You see things as they are. You enjoy them. You can enjoy them better because you have become a judge. You see. You become a seer. You enjoy them as they are, things of the world. And during that time, not only that you enjoy the things of the world better, but at the same time you are established in your true nature. So far, You were not in your true nature. Whatever you did under the influence of identifications, false identifications. Somebody said you are bad, you reacted and hit him. You became criminal. You are sentenced for 10 years. Your desire was not fulfilled, you got angry. You became a criminal. That is not your real nature. So you need discipline. You can discipline yourself, help yourself, and become a seer. Seer is he who sees things as they are, enjoys without being affected by them. Tadadrashta swarupe avasthanam. If you don't do it, what are you doing it? You are constantly identifying yourself with the objects of your mind, with the objects of the world.